All right, let's keep moving here to our next section. We have something very interesting. We have a whole bunch of Team USA representatives. We'll have to see how many people are going to be participating, but I'm really looking forward to seeing them in action. さて次なんですけども、アメリカの代表何人参加するのがお楽しみしてるんですけれども、すごくいい映像が出ると思います。Let's go!
Hi, I'm Lisa.
Hi, I'm Lindley.
Hi, I'm Laura.
And we were Team USA 2005 at WCS. Our championship costumes were from Rosen Maiden. I was Suisei Seki.
I was Shinku.
And I was Sosei Seki.
Hi, my name is Sonia, aka Sonified. I am part of Team USA from 2008. I went in with a championship costume of Jolene Cujo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which was an extremely memorable costume, I think, in my opinion.
Hi, I'm Renee, also known as Umistar. I'm part of Team USA 2008, and Sonia and I qualified at New York Anime Festival 2007 in New York City. Born and raised in New York. And I did Giorno Giovanna from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Hi everyone, my name is India or Dia. I'm part of Team USA 2009. My championship costume was Sakura Kinomoto from Cardcaptor Sakura.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth from Team USA 2009. My cosplay handle is Fat Wet Dog. It's a very long story and I promise I'll tell it. My championship costume was the flowery card from Cardcaptor Sakura.
Hi, I'm Crystal and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
And I'm Rin from Chicago, Illinois.
And together we are Team Sparkle Motion. We were Team USA in 2010 and our championship costumes were Rue and Yuko from Princess Tutu.
Hi, I'm Allie, Foxgloves from Team USA 2011. I cosplayed Yuko from Holic.
Hi, I'm Ash. I was Team USA in 2011. And I cosplayed Watanuki for our championship costumes.
My name's Katie.
And I'm Diana.
And we were Coconut Bubble Sex Cosplay at World Cosplay Summit 2012. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm from Atlanta as well. And I dressed up as Rue from Princess Tutu.
And I dressed up as Princess Korehi from Princess Tutu.
Hello, I'm Cassandra.
And I'm Tiffany.
And we are Cupcake Cosplay. We were Team USA 2013, and we did Alice Vivaldi from Heart no Kuni no Alice, and we are both from the
East Coast.
Hi, I'm Panin.
And I'm Granite Runestar. And together we are
Green Jello
Cosplay.
We were Team USA in 2014.
And we wore Guy and Mana from Guilty Crown.
Yay!
Hello, I'm Alpaca Ash.
And I'm Yumi Kimura.
And we competed as Something Clever Cosplay.
We were WCS Team USA in 2015.
We qualified in Texas. And my championship costume was Yukari from Paradise Kiss.
And my championship costume was Mowaku from Paradise Kiss.
I'm Allie.
And I'm Diana.
And we are Life Cry Cosplay.
Because everything is better with a polar bear on the label leading.
We both live in Los Angeles.
We were Team USA 2016, and I wore Saber Alter.
And I wore Dark Sakura from Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel.
Hi, I'm Gadget Gears. I am part of Ronin Cosplay. We represented the United States in 2017. I am from Salt Lake City, Utah. We wore Steel and Undertaker from Kudasutsuki.
Hi, my name is Megan. I also go by Megsy. Together with Gadget Gears Cosplay, I competed for World Cosplay Summit in 2017. We competed as Ronin Cosplay, and we were dressed as Steel Phantom Hive and Undertaker from Kuroshitsuji or Black Butler.
Hi, I'm Christy.
And I'm Julie.
And we're Jewel Cat Cosplay. We were Team USA for 2018.
We're from Chicago, Illinois.
Our competition costumes were Battler and Beatrice from Umineko.
And we're currently preparing for the Clara Cow Cosplay Cup in the Netherlands next year.
As Team USA. Woo!
I'm Greta Runestar.
I'm J Heart Design.
And together we are
Garnet Heart
Costumers. We were Team USA 2019, and we did The Good Hunter and
Queen Yarnum
from Bloodborne.
Hi, I'm Mandy. Cosplay name is Tekka.
I'm December. Cosplay name December Win.
And we are Team USA 2020 and now 2021.
We qualified for the WCS at Anime Expo 2019.
And we qualified in Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles. I was Yasha.
I was Ashura.
So we were asked to take 3 initially, which was interview, parade, and competition. However, we ended up taking 5 costumes.
5? Yeah, 3 is minimum.
Yep.
And then we ended up with 4 sets. One of the big pieces of advice we were given was you wanted to have enough to where if you needed to wear something the next day, but you wanted to re-wear something, you needed to have time for it to hang and dry and air out from wearing it at an event before. You didn't want to jump into the same costume the next day after wearing it the previous day for reasons that you're in summer in Nagoya and it's very hot.
We were asked to have at least 3 costumes that matched, and that quickly turned into as many things as you have that match.
So we only had to bring 3 costumes back then, but we had sets and stuff to bring, and so we had to figure out dividing that between us. Costs were not great.
Yeah. Compared to these days, though, I mean, I was able to fit everything in one big suitcase on my end because Crystal had the bulk of the set. So I think together we maybe had 3 big suitcases total.
Yeah. Our suitcase situation was really interesting, and I was actually like, I'm curious what other teams are going to say. I felt like we had a reasonable amount of suitcases for the challenge ahead of us. We each had 2 that was just like full of costumes. We had our carry-ons. In our carry-ons, like Miwaku, my championship costume, travels exclusively in a carry-on that doesn't get checked. And a large chunk of Yukari, Alpha's championship costume, traveled in her carry-on. So we brought those like right on the plane with us because if anything happens to those or that suitcase went missing, then like that's it. The trip is pointless, right? So we were traveling with those sort of like handcuffed to us. And then the other thing that we did was, between those 4 costume suitcases, we actually packed all of our event costumes in pairs. So instead of me just packing like all of my stuff between 2, one of us had all of the Princess Mononoke costumes. And that way if a suitcase went missing, we weren't suddenly short or mismatched for an event.
I only had 1.
1.
I think just 1. No, Laura, you had 2.
Didn't I have 1?
Yes, you
I
had
had 2.
You had 2
had a top hat.
jumbo suitcases, and I remember having to help you.
We each had 3 checked bags and then 2 carry-ons, right? Yeah, that's right.
I had 4.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I had 4. I had an extra suitcase because I had not only Yarnum, who took an entire suitcase, but then I also had the large set piece that we used as well.
Right.
So all of the poles and all of the tarps, all of the handles that we had. And then there was another suitcase that had half of Yarnum in it because I still needed a little bit more space for the hoop skirt and for the maternity bump. And then all of the other costumes, plus like actual clothes for us to wear and not be naked people out of costumes.
It's so hard to pick though, because like there's so many. It's 10 days. It's 10 days of the best and worst days of your life, you know?
The Joy Sound karaoke party.
Oh yeah!
Where all the different countries got to like sing a karaoke song. And I feel like that was when everybody started to open up a little bit more. It was a lot more casual.
Yep.
Because it was kind of like an after hours thing.
It was.
And so we were all, I don't know, it just felt a lot more friendly. I felt like we bonded a lot more.
My favorite was the brother karaoke. I really liked the brother karaoke, not the other one, the brother one. That was really good. It was like our first, like, I mean, the teams had kind of bonded us, at least in little pockets, but that was the first time we were all like felt like we were together and bonding and camaraderie and, you know, shenanigans and that kind of stuff. Like, I liked that.
My favorite event, and also the hardest, is the Meiji Mura event. Basically, because you have to, you're out there all day. They take you on a bus to a place that's like an hour outside of Nagoya, like away from the hotels and everything. And you have to be ready the whole day to be out in the sun and the heat. And but it's a really cool location with a lot of great places to take pictures at.
I have to say, I'm gonna say Sweets Castle, just because it was inside. Like that was a big part of that being my favorite, and also sweets, also cake.
Probably the Nagoya Castle. This was a much smaller event where I think only 4 teams went to, because it was the night of rehearsals and finals, or I can't remember. It was something that many of the teams chose to prep for.
All the parties.
Yeah, the parties.
Yeah, I guess the parties were the favorite. It was fun for Japanese cosplayers because we had seen them, like we knew them, we'd met them a lot of, well, not all of them, but a lot of them before, just being in Expo and stuff. So that was always fun.
My favorite, I think, was the championship.
Yeah, I mean, I like performing, so that was really fun.
Really love the championship rounds. Having us all together and all dressed up, and we were all cheering each other on backstage and, you know, having a good time. That day was really fantastic.
I enjoyed the parades a lot. Though thinking about it, I also really liked the brass wedding hall a lot. So all these have in common is we wore the same costumes. It's like theme for all these things. I just liked wearing our Rose Versailles costume, obviously. So those are my favorites.
All right. Mine was definitely Osu Parade. That was my number 1 favorite. And then Meiji Mora. I just really loved Meiji Mora.
Favorite was Osu, hands down.
Yeah, that was such a cool event. Being able to go to Osu after, well, I should step back and say that prior to WCS, Crystal and I were kind of stalkers of WCS, I guess you could say. We did a lot of research into what other teams had done. And of course, in going through that research, you always see the Osu parade again and again. And so being able to be there in person was like, oh my gosh, we're really here. This is really happening. It felt like the milestone of the event.
Mm-hmm. I thought the parade was a lot of fun. It was kind of a rough day because it was raining part of the day, and it, like every other year, I think up until then, it had been boiling hot. So we're like, okay, we gotta make costumes that are have exposed skin, will be comfortable, where we're not covered up in giant coats and wings and all that kind of stuff. So we went more minimal with the costumes, and then it rained. So that was fun, but it was still such an exciting experience, just seeing everyone. And that, like Liz was saying earlier, that was a great opportunity for us to see how the rest of Nagoya was excited about the event. Like, people came out to see it, like they watched us go even in the rain, and it was really lovely. I think that was probably my favorite.
There were hundreds and hundreds of people, and it was absolutely packed all the way along the parade route. It was really wonderful.
I did really like that Nagoya parade because it was feeling the vibes from the crowd and everyone cheering us on, and Gunbusters, they were such cute outfits, and just getting those experiences were really nice.
As warm and like as it is just in general, the Osu parade is really phenomenal.
So my favorite event was Osu Cannon, the parade, which is this really long parade route. It's actually, it can get so hot that they actually make sure there's medical staff just readily available in case anyone needs it. And this, like the helper students are actually placed throughout the route with water to make sure you're taken care of. That said, the length of the event and how close you get to the crowd is so magical. And a lot of the other things were on stage, we're away from people, but in this, you're like a few feet away from people at times, and you can hear everything they're saying, and you can interact with the crowd, and there's just such a wonderful energy.
Just any time we had to be outdoors was hard. But also, like, I don't know, it was weird. I feel like something about the event got me to the point where I was like, oh, I'm sweating so very much. And then I realized, like, oh, I'm sweating because I am an athlete, a cosplay athlete. And then I would go and get like a cute like towel or something and be like, pat, 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 pat.
I guess I would say that the hardest event for me was any event where we had to change in a room with no air conditioning.
And I think the hardest was actually doing the lottery event at the airport, because that was when we were deciding our team orders, and we got number 1, which was not what we were wanting.
Centrair is the airport, and we were there, and they were basically introducing the countries. Everyone had like a moment on stage to kind of talk a word or two. And then we all went outside onto the 4th floor of this elevator, the deck on the top of this airport. And it was so hot, and they lined us all up, and we were supposed to stand and take pictures. And I remember I couldn't keep my eyes open because it was so bright and it was so hot. Yeah. And we were dressed as Link and Zelda and the Twilight Princess, and I was really excited because I love those costumes, but I just was like, I can't.
An iron.
Oh yeah, no irons in the hotel rooms.
A tour of the Ice Prefecture area that had been designed specifically for fans of anime and video games and kind of Japanese culture. And we went to a city, I can't remember what city hall it was, but we went to a city hall that had a fountain that looked like a Pokeball.
So it, like from above, it is like the exact same shape as a Pokeball.
And so we were kind of like, oh, it's so cool, like the fountain looks cool. And so there at the inaugural city hall, they were like, so if you look from above, it looks like a Pokeball. So they had like a photo to show us. And I was like, well, that was beautiful, but I guess, yeah. She was like, you'd have to be a bird to see that if you were, if you wanted to. We were like, well, thank you for the picture then, because we're not birds. We were doing photos around that area, and I remember the German girls decided to get in the fountain. They were like climbed up. Girls? They're like, it's perfect. It looks like we're adventuring. And I was like, yes, it does. Please don't die.
Coming up to Tokyo on the Shinkansen, Lindsay dropped something onto the train tracks at the train station, and we were able to go and find a train station employee, and basically, like, I did not speak Japanese well at all, and I was like trying to gesture. I was like, my thing, because I couldn't even really describe it. It was a dual disc from Yu-Gi-Oh, and I couldn't even describe it, and I couldn't describe how it felt, but they were able to come and help us get Lindsay's dual disc down from the train tracks, because you definitely, like, you're absolutely not allowed to jump down there yourself. So I mean, if anything, I want to say, like, the kindness of everybody in Japan is always surprising.
We went to the cosplay festival that is in accordance with Comiket, not in Comiket. And we had never done, other than WCS, never done a Japanese style cosplay before. So we're not used to the whole, like, you go into a room and you get like half a tatami mat square to do your makeup and half a tatami mat square to like put your costume on, and it's all taped out on the floor. And so we went to the changing room. We're like, oh, okay, we're doing the changing room thing. Got all changed, got ready to go out onto the floor where you take photos, and there's like a check person at the door, at the entryway, and she's like, And she says it in Japanese, and my Japanese is not that great, but she's like, please show me your panties. And I was like, what? She's like, and so she motions, like, pull up your skirt and show me that you're wearing panties, because apparently that was an issue. So we're like, okay, here's the panty flash. She's like, oh, okay, please go in.
Did something really dumb, which is where I left my Madame Red wig in the top of a closet in a hotel in Tokyo. And the hotel staff was incredible, and they were able to ship it overnight or very fast shipping to Nagoya. I didn't have it for one of the events, but I did actually get it back, which I feel like in a lot of places you would never see that again. It would just be gone in the ether.
Award for best construction, or best costumes, I think. And that was actually the first year that the Brother Award was the Brother Award. Before that, it was just first to second, third place. And this year they did the Brother Award, and that was very exciting and very gratifying, because I think all cosplayers, at least then, had tended to have their strong suits. And I was like, we sew. We make
That's what we do. We're, we can do a performance, but mostly we sew. So it was really satisfying to have people recognize that specifically.
I cried.
Yeah.
I cried. We weren't expecting it. We thought we thought all you could do is get just an award, and that was that. So, I mean, neither of us were expecting it. There were robots with laser beams that shot out of their eyeballs our year. Just incredible. There were wings that opened up on their own, and just incredible cosplays. And so we kind of were just in shock and disbelief that was a thing that had happened.
For both of the Japan awards, it was like weird. I think my feeling most of the time that we were there is just like, I'm just happy and grateful to be here, and I want our performance to go well, to represent our country well, and also, the people back home, the teams that wanted to be Team USA, I want them to be proud of what we did. I don't want to have let them down, because this is a responsibility. Mm-hmm. And then anything that happens after that is cake, and it turns out, we got a couple pieces of cake, which was really exciting.
It was crazy. It still feels like a fever dream in that it didn't happen, because there was just so many emotions that were happening at that time. It was incredibly rewarding. I felt very proud of both of us. We worked incredibly hard, and we wanted to put the best that we possibly could on the stage.
Drink water.
Drink water. Stay hydrated.
Built costumes that we could get out of relatively quickly, knowing that would be a thing.
The trip is the prize. Enjoy it. Don't stress yourself out too much.
Give it your all. I mean, this is a once in a lifetime experience.
Once you make it to Japan, that's the prize.
Enjoy yourself, be genuine, and just have fun.
Advice is to pick costumes that you love. You will be stuck with these costumes while building them, working on them, loving them, fixing them. You'll be working on them for a long time.
Rehearse. Know that skit inside and out.
Be prepared.
Make sure that you're with another partner that you are comfortable with.
Learn from your mistakes. Always keep yourself open to critique.
Don't try to sweat the small stuff, because some things are out of your control.
Do those drills until you are about to break down crying in the hallway like I did, okay? It's worth it. You will nail that quick change, and you will be so proud you did it.
Come up with your own way of making your skit really shine.
First and foremost, take care of your teammate.
Yes.
Our saying that the thing that we said to each other a whole bunch, every time one of us had to do something gross or cover for the other, we'd just be like, that's team, man.
And really go in there with the expectation of creating awesome memories that you're going to carry with you for the rest of your life.
Thank you so much to Diana for creating that wonderful video. Diana 本当に作ってくれてありがとうございます。It's 5:45 right now in Japan, and we're going to move on quickly to the next portion, which is a documentary video. 次、行きたいと思いますが、世界コスプレサミットをより深く、知るため、のドキュメンタリー番組です。どうぞ。
World Cosplay Summit 2020 online 玉越品川美容外科海と日本プロジェクトブラザージョブトライブスご覧の各社の提供でお送りしております。
あなた私は好きになりました。私は好きになりました。